Hey, it's Tess. I just thought I'd go live. I'm going to do a quick one today because I've been nonstop since about 5 o'clock this morning. But I made a promise and I got to try really hard to meet those promises. First and foremost, I want to say thank you again to all the support for my book. You may have seen on one of my reels, somebody reached out to me after completing the book and they've purchased the book for 3 of their daughters, and I'm humbled by that, and I'm honored, and I'm so grateful to everyone and all your support. Today, I think I'm going to just talk a little bit. It's been a busy day, but it's all been work-related, but in the best possible way. We just had group coaching that ended probably about an hour ago, and I've been just trying to get things together and start planning for tomorrow, and all of a sudden, I'm like, you did it again. It's after 9, and you haven't gone live yet. So what I'm going to say is today's also been a day where I had some appointments, like with some of the insurance companies that I'm being appointed with, and one of them was all excited because I said, I'm from this side of insurance where I prepare financial statements and I want to learn what you do. So him and I are going to have a couple of hour appointments in the next week, and he's going to show me some of his tips and tricks. So it's really kind of exciting that when you're excited about moving your life forward and about learning things differently, you end up surrounded by people who are also excited and want to teach you new things. So I've had the tools that are part of the Chris Noggle crew, and now I'm going to catch his little side tricks of it, and it'll just help me to be that much stronger, because the more we experience things, the stronger we become, and honestly, the better problem solvers we become. Life is a puzzle, and I know a lot of people hate puzzles, but you may as well kind of get used to it, because we're always trying to piece the pieces together and figure out what the next step is. And I learned very young to like puzzles, and that was probably something I haven't shared in a long time, but my grandmother on my dad's side was very big, and I think this is really smart. She had a card table, a folding card table, and she always had a puzzle on it at any point in time. And she always had chairs all the way around the table. And at any point in time that I went to her house, she would actually be sitting at the table building a puzzle. And so if you sat down to talk to her, you'd be building the puzzle with her. And I thought later, she was really smart, because with the grandkids, we were always too busy. We were always occupied. But she had tools that she used to kind of engage us. And one was the puzzle table. You would sit down and you'd start building a puzzle with her, and that's how she would communicate with you. This was also my same grandmother that would take us outside to find, she's the one that taught me to find 4-leaf clovers and always told me a 5-leaf clover was wealth. Now, I never found a 5-leaf clover until she passed, but I've probably found about 4 of them since that time. And that's kind of a cool thing that I'll always remember because of her. My other grandma, because of the farm, was really big about what do you smell? What do you see? What do you hear? Where do you think it comes from? What do you think it is? And it always gave me, and I always laughed because they'd be really upset if they were alive today, because they used to think that we were in too much of a hurry and missed our surroundings way back when. Where would they think we were at right now if they had any idea about technology? But it's also cool in another way, because one of my aunts worked in top-level security clearance for Burroughs, and after doing some investigation, what I found out is she worked on computers, the very, very beginnings of computers in the very late 60s, because she passed away very young. She passed away, I think she was 29 years old, very young. And it was 20 years before we ever found out what she did. But what she would do is she literally had to go through like multiple layers of security into the first computers. And we found out years later, because one of her bosses ran across my grandparents and said, I know that she passed away. Did you ever find out what she did? And they said no, and they told them she worked on computers. So probably about 2 years ago, and I'll have to try and find the article, I found an article about Burroughs, because I was doing some studying from some books that Doc V recommended, or Chris Noggle, one of the two. And it was talking, I think it was Malcolm Gladwell, and it was talking about how U of M, like Ann Arbor area, they were working on computers, and I think Bill Gates was out there at one point in time. I may be misspeaking, but anyways, there was somebody big into computers that was working out there, and they were going back and forth, and it was Plymouth. And it was also in the area where my aunt was working. And when I was looking at it, I actually found like a publication from Burroughs at the time that my aunt would have worked there, showing what they actually worked on in those days. And I do know it's on my computer somewhere, so I'll have to look for it. But I think that is, and that's something I've talked about in my book, is ancestry and putting the pieces of your life together, whether it's in building the past or building the future. So for me, I've looked at the past to see where I can strengthen things and build a brighter future. And it is all kind of a puzzle. like I said, I was talking to one of the insurance companies today, and the guy's all excited because I'm like, you want to teach me? You want to teach me? Hey, sign me up. I'll learn whatever you've got, because if I learn what he's doing compared to what this guy's doing, compared to what this guy's doing, it just makes me stronger, faster, and gives me better skills. Upendra, I have seen your name recently, and it's so great to see you again. Upendra is probably one of my first people to ever follow me when I started going live, and I usually don't see her unless I'm live, and you know what? I've missed you. AC, I appreciate you so much. And Upendra, it's great to see your name back on here, so thank you for being here. Today I won't go real long because I am kind of exhausted, and the day will start again at 5 a.m. tomorrow. But I am excited. Even though my day has been nonstop, I'm excited about the learning, the piecing together, the people that I'm going to be able to help, myself that I'm going to be able to help. Life feels better when you're doing something that's helping others, and then you end up being helped as a result of it. And I'm full of hope for everything that's going to go forward. I am excited, and I'm really kind of feeling like it's a fresh beginning. And that would be my hope for all of you, is that take a look at what you can for the lessons to take you forward. Figure out where next directions are, but know that there might be adjustments. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jay Shetty talks about that he no longer fears which open door to go through, because he's going to go through every single one of them. If he walks through a door and it's not the right one, so he'll turn around and he'll go to the next door. And I think that's what life is about. We keep trying until we find the right path. But just because we went into a door doesn't mean it was a waste of time. Maybe there was just one speck of something that we picked up inside that door. And maybe we won't use it for another 5 years. But somewhere we'll go, oh, do you remember when? And it might help us piece together something down the road. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. I am humbled. I am excited. I am hopeful. And I am driven to see what kind of things I can accomplish. I always say that now that I've gotten to this point in my life, the Grim Reaper better have a hoverboard, and he better be quick, because I'm not going to make it easy on him. And when I am called home, I want to be sliding in with God giving me a high five saying, maybe you were a little late starter, but you didn't disappoint and you got a lot done, and I'm proud of you. So I hope that for all of you. I will talk to you again tomorrow. I just want to make sure I didn't mess up only being 4 days in. So I will talk to you tomorrow. I do need to rotate back a little bit and get in here a little earlier and organize more. But what I am going to start sharing is more of this IBC process. I am a life agent now. I am a student of the IBC practitioners program. I am learning from the insurance companies about illustrations, from our own team about illustrations. I am pushing forward in new ways, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. So AC, thank you for being here. Upendra, thank you for being here. Anyone else, I just don't see you. Thank you for being here. I've seen that my videos are getting a couple hundred watches, so thank you. I know I've been lax for the past year, so that the fact that you still go back and watch them means everything to me. I am here for you. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd be happy to share the 90-minute video with you so you can get acclimated with the idea of these infinite banking concept policies, which are whole life, high cash value policies that you can use as a banking system. And then I can walk you through all the steps so that we can get you into the process so that you can have a free, no obligation strategy call. So I do appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. And thank you for all your support. I'm grateful, I'm humbled, and I'm hopeful for a future full of great for all of us. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.